Mama ni situ galida umonu ya ukarabu jena de mababa iyalta nastanin kan bidoro fi madrasa bekura bidoro kaman bidun gurush tafatur fi madrasa bilibi sumutu kalifi kura beruma fi kenisa mabi fakiri bekulu kan dirasa عشان يجينا دكيري عرفنا بدشونا عشان هم بيفتي سوسيكا كمستقبل دبارو لكن جينا تماما ما بيدوروا بكورة ياباني. Hey, Awen, Ayun.
ازيك استاذ
ايه الاخبار؟ ان شاء الله كويسة. I hope that you are doing okay now.
I'm okay. في ناس جوني في الغرفة كيف قبل شوية وتكلموا معي وقالوا انه ما نستمر بالغرفة عشان ممكن يجيب disunity وكده. فطبعا انا شفت الكلام ده فعلا ممكن يحصل وبالتالي ده ممكن يخرب الموضوع بتاع الرالي وده طبعا ده is not my intention.
Exactly.
فأنا سمعت كلامهم وقفلت الغرفة رغم إنه في زول لسه عامل لي بلوك في الغرفة الثانية لكن it's not a big deal let it go. ده ما أول غرفة ولا آخر غرفة.
Oh, they're still blocking you. بس أنا شايف كأنه قال إنه people are even saying that it's not fair.
فوق كده بيطلع لي أحمر. أصلا في زول عامل لي بلوك. أنا كتبت الأستاذ كن لأنه هو عمل لي مسج قلت له أنت لو داير ترجعني شيل الجرين برا من كل الناس وبعدين ذاك ممكن تنزل الناس لأنه الزول اللي عمل لي بلوك لو قاعد في ستيج أنا ما بقدر أدخل.
Exactly.
لكن قلت له فوق ده كله is not a very important thing because أنا عارف إنه كان في ناس كتار في الستيج يعني ما ممكن أفضل الستيج كله عشان أنا أقدر أرجع. So قلت له it's okay let it just continue. أنا فعلا يعني انفعلت شديد ليه؟ لأنه أنا حسيت بعدم الاحترام يعني.
It's true.
يعني
صح.
بعد ما خلوا النساوين كلهم هنا ده because إدوارد عنده هنا مشكلة شخصية معي داري أعملها فيني دي إهانة مباشر بالنسبة لي. أنا طب كده أنا هقدر يعني أتعامل معه كيف يعني؟
يكون صعب. Yes, that's true.
لكن it's okay. يعني إحنا في النهاية يعني من الأول هو الموضوع بتاع الرالي ده جاء أنا عملت له مسج في الخاص رغم إنه أنا بختلف مع أستاذ إدوارد في 1.5 مليون من الحاجات. بختلف معه لكن عشان موضوع الجنوب ده أنا عملت له مسج وقلت له I would like to be participating in this. كيف أنا وقت مشيت هناك وتكلمت في المواضيع كانت شنو؟ إنه يا جماعة أنتوا لو دايرين تشتغلوا في الموضوع بتاع الرالي ده كده حاولوا غيروا اللغة شوية عشان إحنا ما نقول يا أخي في ناس كده مجموعة كده عندهم مخهم خاوي وفي ناس كده يا أخي تبعين كده وفي ناس يعني بالطريقة بتاع الشتائم قلت له أنتوا شنو اللغة غيروا لي اللغة اللين عشان إحنا نقدر نكسب الجنوبيين. أنا وقت قلت الكلام ده طوالي برضو عمل لي بلوك في نفس الغرفة.
واو.
ولي يوم الليلة هم ما أخذوني من الناس المفروض يجي يشتغلوا في الموضوع. بس عشان أنا قلت الكلام ده أنا ما قلت أي حاجة غير ده. بس إنه يا جماعة اللغة نغيرها شوية لأن اللغة بتاعت كده يا أخي الناس تنجو كده ولا الناس نوير كده ولا الناس إكواتوري كده ده ما حيجمعنا.
Exactly. We don't want that.
تعال نغير اللغة إنه يا جماعة كده خلي باك جراوند حقكم خلي القبلية حقك خلي قبيلتك خلي حتى أنت لو حزب حقك خليه حتى أنت لو من جنسيتي ذاتي تعال معنا ذاتك لو بتاع حكومة وعارف إنه الحكومة تعال معنا. الحاجة اللي أنا كنت دايره من
بالظبط كده. لأن في
لأنه
النهاية
كلنا حارقنا
the goal
كلنا
is
حارقنا حتى
exactly.
الناس اللي في حكومة صدقني حتى الناس اللي في حكومة ذاته حارقينهم لكن ما دايرين يتكلموا. So if we spoke better, those people can join us. But if we keep saying that those people كده كده يا أخي ديل يا أخي الناس كده كده راسهم جهوية وكده بنشتمهم هم ما هيجونا.
بالظبط كده. That's why. And that's why we need all of us. Yeah, we need to.
فده حاجة ده هو الاختلاف كل موساسين وده هو في موضوع الرياضي ده. أنا ما فاضي his political beliefs وحاجات كده. أنا ما فاضي لده. أنا بس في موضوع الرياضي ده I really like the idea and I want to participate and I want everybody to find themselves as they are. We don't care the background حقهم. وده الحاجة اللي ممكن يجيب unity. حتى الناس اللي ممكن يكره مثلا اللي بيكره البلان ده they should just drop it right there and come join in just for the South Sudan even for until right now أنا لسه مستعد أشتغل مع أستاذ إدوارد لو هو مستعد يشتغل معي. ليه؟ لأنه الجنوب المفروض يكون أكبر مننا.
And that's need all of us. ده ما شغل بتاع زول واحد، ده شغلنا كلنا. يعني different أحزاب ويجي يشتغلوا سوا.
بكلام بتاع الضبط وكده ما هنا ده.
Yes, take it easy, sis. I mean, this politics, sometimes it's something.
أنا شايف أنت كاتب the effect of drugs and alcohol among South Sudanese.
Yes. Yeah, this is an issue. Yeah, the NAS effects become a big issue in diaspora. Even in South Sudan, we still. Yes, further. Yes, you're right. أنا قلت دي أول مشكلة we are facing in South Sudan, and we are facing even in diaspora. The effects of drugs and alcohol use. What can we do different in order for us to help our youth? And this is becoming a big problem, by the way. Welcome.
You know what? بصراحة أنا قبل لو كنت مشيت ستيت فوق هنا جزء من الحاجات اللي أنا كنت درجة كنت واحد من النقاط الضياع بالنسبة للشباب الصغار abroad here. Okay, ليه؟ Because racism with sense of belonging become an issue for those young generation because they don't feel like they belong here, and الخواجات بيحاولوا to associate every bad thing to a black kid. So هنا they don't have the sense of belonging. فأنا كنت داير أقول this is the right time to actually speak to those kids and teach them about South Sudan, and that's why I was using the word quantifying the problem to get those kids involved to find themselves as South Sudanese. And then يخلوهم يملكوا المشكلة ده. أنا كنت داير إنه المشكلة بتاع الجنوب ده ياخدوه في small communities and to educate everyone, including those young kids. I want those kids to find themselves as South Sudanese, introduce South Sudan history to them, and make them feel like South Sudanese. And then if they feel like they belong to South Sudan, they feel to be like part of the South Sudan, then they will feel the problem. هيكون نفسهم في جزء من المشاكل دي. هيعرفوا إن البلد ده أصلاً هيكون حقهم. إحنا نسلم البلد ده في يدينه with the information. If we gave them all the necessary information, those kids will find themselves in this issue. And then if they found themselves in the issue, then they will هيملكوا المشكلة. لو ملكوا المشكلة صدقني شوف بعدين they have all the ability and tools to help us further. يعني هيدوا المشكلة ده لقدام أكثر من ما إحنا ذاتنا هنقدر. I can tell you, me myself, I know a lot of young people here in Utah that are connected to bigger places. That's what I was trying to give to those this room. إنه شنو ما في حاجة بقول له زول ده هيساعد الصغير والكبير. أي مساعدة مهمة. أي زول ممكن يساعد بحاجة بسيطة وفي زول ممكن يساعد بحاجة كبير. If we quantify the problem, we can reach the right people.
But how can we do that? I mean, that's the question here. Now the problem of our country become an issue now.
شوف اللي انا كنت داير اقول شنو انه شوف هذا ليه هم بيشربوا because they feel like they don't belong anywhere. South Sudan خربان. هنا برضو بيقابلهم هنا الريسيزم وبعدين هنا مشاكل بتاع بلاك في هنا ده. عشان كده كان ننصبهم بالروتس حقهم. ده will partially solve those problems.
Exactly.
Seriously.
Exactly. And now احنا ذات الكبار we are focusing.
I know a lot of kids in George Floyd movement that were the initiative of that organization that organized the whole rally in Minneapolis.
You see? Wow.
And I know a lot of dudes here too in Utah. I was going to talk about that, but then I was interrupted badly. But anyway, ما علينا.
And actually, now you notice, we're focusing only of ourselves, but we don't focus on our kids, and they are the future generation. Even the rally that it's going to happen in DC, we need those kids to involve too in the leadership, and we need to educate them the importance of having how can you love yourself, how can you love your country from the first place. Another thing, those kids, they need somebody like me and you to educate them. Otherwise they cannot even do it by themselves, and we are their eyes. Hasa if we're only going to have the problem just us like a intellectual, then what do you expect those children will do? And if you go in every state, you will find the same problem. مشكلة ده في ولايات كله, whether you are in Utah, you in Nebraska, anywhere, any state في America كله, they're facing the same problem with Ayala, the drugs activity. They've been in jail. They put them in jail, and nobody will even give them advice or show them what to do, and that's why we need to condemn that. We need to come together and try to help those children. Otherwise, حتى زاد في Africa في Juba, niggas do, because they are lonely. They have nothing to do. They have nobody supporting them, and that's why we must talk about this, and we must do something about it. Welcome. Say something, sister.
Yes, that's Dam, you're very right. أنا أقول لك شو أنا ليه اضطريت قبل أمشي فوق لأنه المشكلة ده مهمة شديد. هنا الوقت اللي احنا فوقه حاليا ده الوقت اللي احنا ممكن نعمل link between all the issues of South Sudan in and out and through generations. Okay? هيكون احنا we will be linked all South Sudanese across the globe. Not only that, we will link all those kids in it. And when we link those kids in it, we will simultaneously solve their problem. Because لو هم اللي يقول لهم انه في purpose, they become motivated. Because this is a big purpose. Yani if we link those kids to it, the drugs, okay, ارجع للrevolution بتاع black people in US. ده كان حصل كيف؟ هنا ده gangsters when politicians spoke to them, or when they start listening to those people in politics, الجانستر هم شنو؟ بدل هم كانوا بيعملوا حاجات كعبة, they drove, يعني they changed themselves from doing bad things, and they changed that to politics to fight for good things. فشوف بعدين شوف حقنا اللي بيشربوا مريض, بيشربوا drugs, then if we introduce them to a purpose, they can stop that and use that energy positively. وده الحاجة اللي أنا كنت داير أقوله قبل. This issue of South Sudan and Rwanda right now can simultaneously solve those kids' issues, will give them a purpose to live, a purpose to wake up every morning as something that they know they can do. We can really, really wake up those kids. We can use them as a very strong tool. I myself, I am so connected to young kids. Come here to Utah, a lot of kids love me. I am their best auntie. Because I understand those kids perfectly and I know exactly what they're going through. We can link those kids to this situation and we can solve their problem, and then parents and kids can work together and we'll be aligned. Our issues will be solved partially, big time.
But for example, you mentioned for Utah, you're close to them. But what about other community leaders? What are the community? What are they doing? Muslim South Sudanese community, for Utah, are they really helping?
Hena for Utah, I'm not very involved in a lot of activities because those activities I don't read. Because that's the parties with the Hinna parties, the Irish parties, the whole parties with this. I don't move by those. But لو احنا قدرنا بالشغل بتاع community, we can first start within those parties. And then speak one by one every single time and then get those people involved, because مثلا لو سمعنا انه في حفله طهور نمشي حفله طهور, and then we come and introduce those problems to them. الجماعه في فلان الفلان داير يجي يتكلم في موضوع بتاع جنوب السودان, ونجي we introduce ourselves, and then the next thing we talk not only one person, two people, and then after that we even do our own event. ننظم برانا, يعني انا مثلا مع استاذ جوك قاعد معي هنا ده, we can do هنا ده نوصل مع كم نساوي, نجيب لنا اكل كده شويه ونختار كنيسه, والناس تجي تتكلم في الموضوع بتاع الجنوب, نجيب لنا ناس تيجي تتكلم في هنا to educate people في الموضوع بتاع الجنوبيه, موضوع بتاع كده كده كده, نعمل لها schedule كم ساعات كده, and then we get those kids connected.
Exactly.
Then how do you we should quantify the problem to those communities events. We should get involved in any South Sudanese community event in any corner around the world.
That's it.
And then أنا ده أي محل أنا بمشي فوقه دائما بتكلم مع الشباب الصغار وهم بيسمعوا كلامي.
Wow, that's good. That's good. You see? Thank you, Sister Yuen, for your word of wisdom. Let's go back here. This is Sister Yuen. She was talking from a clubhouse, giving us her point of view when it comes to the effects of drugs in among our youth. Thank you, Lula, for coming in, and that's why we need to do something about it. This is all of us' job. It's not only the leaders, individually. It's us that we can come together and do something about it. عيالنا في juveniles, عيالنا قاعدين في سجون, عيالنا قاعدين في they've been deported, and كل زول بيجي بيشيل مشكلته براه. So it looks like it's not a community problem anymore. لأن أي زول يsolve مشكلته براه. And if we do that, then we are going to lose even more children. عشان كده احنا محتاجين all of us to come together. We need to come together as intellectual to come and see, حتى في جنوب السودان now, you will see the number of niggas, the number of ناس اللي بيعملوا الجرائم دي. It's getting even worse. It's getting even unbelievable. You will see the number of children بيعملوا حاجات اللي هو ذاته ما acceptable. And nobody care about them. ما في اهتمام يا اخواني, ما في اهتمام بالنسبه للعيال ده. لو كان في قانون اللي بيقدر انه to arrest them and put them في مثلا في سجون ويقدر يتعلموا هناك, I think that would be much better instead of leaving them on the street. Because when you leave them on the street, guess what they will do? ما هيقعدوا يسرقوا. They will start looting. They will start doing crimes. وكانوا ذاته في الدول اللي جايين فوق ده, whether in America, in Australia, in Europe, they involved in حاجات زي كده. So the government في diaspora ما قادرين يقدر يسيطر عليهم. They cannot even control حاجات دي. عيالنا دي. يعني imagine عيالنا ممكن بيسرقوا في ستورات. Our kids are involved in robbery. يعني nobody اي زول بيجي بيشوف مشكلته مع عياله مع اسره بتاعه. اي زول بيجي بفocus only your children. Nobody cares about other kids. اي زول بيشيل شيلته براو. For how long are we going to continue seeing our children بضيعوا بطريقه زي كده? For how long are we going to allow our youth يضيعوا وفيما انه we can do something? I'm talking about the leaders. I'm talking about people that cares a lot. I'm talking about you as parents, and that's why we must come together. My problem is your problem. Your problem is mine. It's all of us problem. If we all agree, this thing has to stop, then minding a choice, then we have to come together. Of course, في ناس بيضحكوا يقول لا let them do. يلا كان خربوا خليه يخربوا. ده ما جناي. I don't care as long as it's not affecting my children. I have nothing to do with this. Those kids لما يكبروا لما يكون في سن معين سن المراهقة, let's say, and if we're not careful watching them or giving them advice, it's easy for them إنه يضيعوا. يلا بيكونوا easy for them إنه يضيعوا لأنه no supervision. And yet we're busy as parents, we're busy running up and down نفتش قروش so that we can provide. We are providing for them. We are working hard as parents to make sure we bring food on the table. See, we are working hard, and we're going to make sure that we're working hard to bring food on the table. لكن في ناس برضه بيستغلوا الفرصة ده. الناس بيستغلوا فرصة ده. And that's the problem here. So instead يكون ناس يستغلوا فرصة زي كده. Let's do something. Let's do something. Sorry, guys. Let me. Something wrong here. Let's do something. Sorry, guys. Let me close this. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what في اتنين duplicate. The voice is duplicate there. عشان كده يا جماعة let's come together. Let's come with the positive ideas so that we can help our children before it's too late. Before it's too late. I know if you're thinking, I'm not part of this thing will not come to me, or there's no way that my children will be affected. You don't know. You don't know when the time comes. عشان كده, you don't know when the time will come. عشان كده, I urge, instead of us waiting, خلينا to take action. Let's try to take actions. Let's try to find what we need, what can we do in order to help our society, in order for us to help these children. وكمان لما نشوف عيال طبعا مرات لما نكون بيشوفوا انه ما في زول بيهتم بهم, that's when they will start doing whatever they're doing now. لانه بيشوفوا انه the parents are busy with the activities. Parents are busy بيجيبوا bringing food. Parents are busy بيعملوا حاجات بيجيبوا اكلات واحنا sorry يا جماعه I have rains going on here. في مطر عندنا هنا فسين اجي بقطع sorry اجي بقطع I don't know عشان كده I don't know الصوت بيتكرر يعني الانترنت it goes up and down. الانترنت بيمشي فوق وتحت بقطع. لكن please help me by sharing it. Please share it, and also invite a couple friends to come in. This topic was جاب من أخوتنا Amel. She said that we need to talk about the drugs, activities, and the effects that our children are facing with diaspora. What can we do as Junubin? You know, and this problem, it's not just you. It is not the individual problem anymore. It is us. It's our problem as Shabab, as Junubin. عشان كده I urge all of you guys to stand together. Let's stand together with one hand, one heart, so that we can do something about this. The drug activities, also the alcohol. Alcohol become a big issue. You know, العيال ده بيجي بيشربوا في أعمار صغار جدا. They start drinking in an early age. So if they start drinking in early age, where did they get المريسة ده? And how did they get the مريسة؟ عشان كده there's somebody في زول هناك بيحاول انه يدمر رجالنا او في ناس بيدمروا رجالنا if we don't even if we're not careful. لانه this thing is real. رجالنا بيجي بيدمروهم واحنا we are looking. That's the problem. رجالنا بيدمروا واحنا we don't know what to do. So لو ما خلينا بالنا العيال اللي بنشوفهم هم المستقبل for us, the children that we want tomorrow إنه يكونوا المستقبل لعيالنا بتاع جنوب السودان. If you're not careful, those kids شوي شوي هيضيعوا. وده بيكون خسارة ليك، بيكون خسارة لي خسارة لينا كلنا كجنوبيين. عشان كده أنا محتاج أو إحنا محتاجين إنه we must act before it's too late. عيال القاعدين الكويسين ما وقعوا في تجارب. What can you do or what can I do to save those children؟ لأنه لو كان باقي عيال كلهم لو قال بصل واحد عفن بيعفن the entire شوال صح؟ عشان كده it is your job, it is my job to make sure that we have to do something about it. أصعب شيء لما يكون عندك أولاد. Whenever you have boys, raising boys في diaspora, it is not easy. ودائما المشاكل اللي بيحصل ده بيجي من أولاد. عيالنا هم they are the one that the boys are the one always bringing the problems in our society. طيب ما دام العيال أو أولادها بيجيبوا مشاكل للأبوات اللي عندهم عيال للأبوات اللي عندهم أولاد. هم عملوا شنو to help the children? What did they do different? And if you have tricks and you succeeded and you really in the ways that you help your children, you can come up and educate your other fellow brothers and sisters so that they cannot fall into the same temptation. If you have a voice and you really are lucky to control them and you become lucky انه ما وقع في حاجات في تجارب زي كده, thank God. Don't leave it to yourself. Pass it on. Teach your other brother and sister in your community. Pass it on so that someone else will benefit. Talk about it. Open rooms if you're on social media, if you Clubhouse. Come to Facebook, open rooms. Tell us the tricks. What have you done different? What have you done different to help your children? Lana, there's so many ways. And there are so many ways, to prevent any yalna mega of tijarab zakida. Now, let's talk about the area that you live in. most part الاريا تساكن فوقه برضه له تأثير في drugs activity في alcohol activities. عشان كده it's better to spend a little bit more. لأن بنشوف إنه sometimes it's hard for us to عشان نقدر نشوف apartment غالي وفي area expensive ولا area تمام. We really worried that if I move to that area, what will happen is I cannot afford to send money to my loved one back home, which is I understand and I'm aware of that. That some people they just choose to accept to live in a low income area so that they can balance their money or their salary so that they can help other people back home, which is very important. And most of us, our family, rely on us. I'm talking about back home. They rely on you, they rely on me. Every month we have to send money back home to support. Same time, we know it's important for you to help people back home. Like, what if you lose your children? What if your children become all addicted to alcohol? What if they involved in a drugs activity? So now بكون خسارة لنا كلنا كجنوبيين. And this is the point that I'm talking about. If you're not focusing on that, then you will not have any future. Your children will be disappeared one by one. Your children will go to jail one by one. And it's going to be a big loss for us. Will be a big loss Yalna, and that's what I'm worried about. That's where I come from. أنه يالنا بضيعوا ما بضيعوا هسه لكنها هضيعوا in the near future. عشان كده it's better for you to spend a little bit extra. Try to invest on your children first. لأنه لو في حاجة في عينك you cannot go تطلع حاجة في عين أخوك. Take الحاجة في عينك أول, then you can go ahead help your other brother and sister. لأن you cannot just focusing إنه تطلع القش بتاع أخوانك في عينك في عين أخوك, and you're forgetting about yourself. You're forgetting إنه أنت ذاته you need help. لأن now أنت لو ما عملت حاجة, أنت لو ما عملت مستقبلك, عيالك هيكونوا عايشين كيف؟ If you don't invest in your children, then بكون خسارة للعيال ده كله. عشان كده برضو it's important كمان إحنا برضو شنو نفكر في الناحية ده كمان. مهم جدا إنه إحنا كأسر we have to do something about this too. أنت كأب وكأم, we need help. I need help. You need help. We need to cooperate together. We need to come out together and see حلول وين. Anybody that needs help, الدير مساعدة دائما يجي. أي زول دير مساعدة ياو بيجي بيحاول إنه يقول يا جماعة أنا دير مساعدة في 1 2 3 4. يالي I'm facing this problem 1 2 3 4. Then they all will help you. They all هيجوا إنه يساعدوك بأفكار, يساعدوك بحلول, يساعدوك بحاجات اللي تقدر تساعد نفسك. إحنا عارفين في diaspora يعني في a lot of women that are في single mom كتير, and they're facing the same problem. ما في أب هناك اللي بيساعد, ما في أب هناك اللي بيرشد. ممكن أبو حاتم قاعدين في السودان شغالين في الجنوب, والأم بك براو شغالة عشان يفيد, عشان to feed those kids. بيمشي من صباحا بيجي ليه بالليل, و nobody really care about the children or sometimes the children stay home by themselves. الولد الكبير يا بي take care of العيال. الولد الكبير يا بي كده مسؤول للkids. See where I'm come from? So الولد الكبير ده يبقى مسؤول. هو ياو everything. هو يا بيأكلهم. هو يا بي check on them. هو يا بيعمل إيه اللي يشوفوا ده. They are responsibility بتاع الجنة ده. Remember كمان is a child. You know. So لو لقى أي فرصة بيحاول إنه يطلع برا to have fun. لأنه maybe he's tired of babysitting. He's tired of you know of staying home. But, you know عشان كده أنا وأنت محتاجين نأمن مستقبل العيال ده by us come let's talk about it. خلينا نجي نتكلم فوقه. خلينا let's educate ourselves في الموضوع ده. Drugs, alcohol ده اللي بخلي عيالنا يضيعوا. Drugs and alcohol ده برضه خلي عيالنا يخشوا في السجون. Drugs and alcohol ده اللي خلى عيالنا يخشوا في التجارة. This is real. This is real. عشان كده عيالك لو ما وقعوا في حاجات زي كده، عيالك لو ما وقعوا في تجارب زي كده you should rejoice and thank God. وما تحاول تتمنى حاجة كار لعيالك تانيين. لأن في ناس بيقولوا أنا إنسان ناجح، والله عيالي كلهم محترمين، عيالي كلهم ناجحين، عيالي ما وقعوا في تجارب زي كده، عيالي they are the best, my kids they listen. You never know, those kids they switch like herboya. عشان كده don't be proud. You need to start worrying. Of course you'll be proud of them for now. In Nuyali, they're doing well. And this is our dreams. In Shufuyana, they become successful. They go to college. They have a good jobs. They get a good degree so that they can help themselves. This is a hope for all of us. We want our children to have a better education, a better environment, a better job. But to do so, it requires you to set up a good place for them, a peaceful place for them. You know, you need to set up a good environment so that they can learn and focus on the school. And what you need to do, you need to spend. You need to spend more money to find a place for them so that they can live in peace and go to school and not worry about anything. Spend, 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 spend is very important. I think most of us, we don't want to spend. We don't want to spend. We rather receive. We rather get. We as genuine, we love to get. We don't like to give. وده أول مشكلة أنا شايف. دي أول مشكلة إنه أخواني وأخواتي we need to be humble. Let's humble ourselves for the sake of our children. How many kids اللي بيكونوا في الدراسة؟ ما في Asian kids ها؟ في Somalian, you know, وفي Mexican وفي تانيين. مش معنى عيالنا كعيال جنوبيين يا بقوا في تجارب زي كده. مش معنى عيال جنوبيين يا عندهم يا قاعدين في juvenile system. How many of them اللي بيعملوا deputations in a year سنويا؟ كم عيال الخسارة اللي بيمشي بيشيلوهم back home. يا ريت كمان لو كان هم بيقدروا يستفيدوا، لو كمان هم بيعملوا حاجات كويس back home نقول it's okay. If they've been deported وبيساعدوا نفوسهم أو they have learned from their mistakes, it's okay. It's okay because they've learned from their mistakes and now they're at home, they're back home, they're working and they're you know they're helping themselves. لكن العكس هم برضه هناك اتأثروا لأنه اتخلعوا إن the environment اللي هم جلقوه it's not suitable. The environment هم اللي لقوه when they went back home they become traumatized. بقى لهم مشكلة لأنه they were not expecting إنه لما بيرجعوا back home يكونوا يعيشوا في جو زي ده. احتمال قاعدين مع خيلانهم أمامهم cousins بتاعهم they stay with friends and the biological parents which is the father and the mother they are abroad. بلقى نفسهم إنهم بقى عندهم خسارة كبيرة. They found themselves إنه they become لقوا مشكلة لأنهم لقوا نفسهم في diaspora وما في زول بيهتمهم. I wish if I can go back to Clubhouse and open the other room. Again, my other phone dies. My other device, the battery die. من صباح واحد من الشغل I did not get a chance to 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 download to charge it. My phone died completely, you know. And the good thing that the laptop here is already charged. I mean, شغل قبل, so that helped me a lot. You know? So the question that I want to ask, إيانا ما لقوا حرية تمام أو ما نجحوا في أمريكا وناو لقوا نفوسهم برضه في جنوب السودان الوضع برضه ما بيساعد. So now لما يالنا بديو هل احنا ال احنا يا ما هل who need to be blamed rather, let me put it this way, are we going to blame our the parents that they fail to raise their kids in a good way, in a good manner, or are we gonna face the child, or are we gonna we're gonna blame the child? And somebody need to be blamed, or we're gonna blame the environment, the area that you're living in. Because now there's three problems that we are facing. One is your child now much in Sudan, لقى نفسه قاعد من خيلانه, أمامه, cousins, friend, parents بتاع جنده, it's not there. So which means nobody will respect you. Nobody will respect them. كان قاعد مع uncle ولا cousin بتاعهم, yeah, ده شان ولد أختي, it's okay. They can just stay with me, but they will not talk to you on daily basis like your biological parents. They will not advise you زي عيال بتاعهم هم. They will not focus on your needs more than عيال بتاعهم هم. So in other words, they will be discriminated. عشان كده بتلقى عيالنا بيقولوا شنو؟ You know what? Forget about it. أنا عملي deputation أمي وأبوي they're not with me. خلاص. خربانة خربانة أو بايظة بايظة. They will involve في drugs activities and they will involve في حاجات كتير. Drugs, مريسة وحاجات زي دي. أنا ما في زول تاني, nobody care, ما في زول بيهتمهم anymore. See where I come from? So عيالنا لما نخشوا في مخدرات وفي حاجات زي كده, ما we have to ask ourselves, why is that? ومعظم الناس لما يكونوا خلاص عيالهم دخلوا في السجون and then they deport them, يعني بيجي بيشوفوا عيالنا خلاص جينا ده خرب ما نافع تاني. So برضه بيكون ما في اهتمام برضه من ال biological parents. What they will do, they will focus على العيال ما وقعوا في مشاكل. What they will do, they will try to advise العيال ما وقعوا في تجربة. لكن الحكومة شالوا الله معهم. So they are neglect برضه من biological parents بتاعهم. ما بيكون في اهتمام on monthly basis, for example, and you will send your son every month gurush. This is my son. Here is the money to help yourself, go to school, حاجات زي ده. Buy your own needs حاجات زي كده بكون ما في. جينا بحيث انه خلاص يعني الدنيا بك لو upside down. ما في اهتمام. امريكا اللي كانوا قاعد فوقه، البلد اللي ولدوا فوقه او البلد اللي اتربى فوقه، البريفليجز جده كله بقى ما في. you know قاعد في قطيه ما فوقه كهرباء، ما فوقه decent toilet، ما فوقه toilet paper, you name it. الحاجات ده كله you become shocked. ده تستحمى تمشي لبحر تستحمى. سو عشان كده يعني لما يقعوا في تجارب او يخشوا في مخدرات باك هوم، ده برضه من اسباب، لان الوضع اللي لقوه ما بيساعد. ده ما الوضع اللي كانوا يعني they dreamt about it. وفيما انه ده غلطه بتاعهم هم، they put themselves في تجربه زي ده. ولما رجعوا باك هوم ما في اهتمام، ما في زول كده بيهتمهم، سواء كان حكومه سواء كان اهل. هم بيلقوا نفوسهم انه they are in trouble، لقوا نفوسهم في مشكله. حاجات ديل are sensitive. I remember Sister Mel, she said that we need to talk about this. Sister Mel mentioned that this is a big issue يا جماعه. We need to address المشكله بتاع عيالنا. You know? This thing need to be addressed, and this thing we need to have solution. How can we help our youth? How? And that's why we come out with this topic to come and talk. But I've seen sometimes جنوبيين لما نتكلم في حاجات بتاع drugs حاجات زي ده they don't involve a lot. لكن لما نكون في حاجات بتاع شكل things like that, you will see it's very interesting. Nice big with big numbers, and I will try to see if I can charge my phone again, and then نخش في clubhouse and address issue ده, you know, بتاع drugs activity. قبل تكلمت مع اختي ايوين في فيسبوك لكن ياو تلفوني مات, you know. لكن I will try to charge my phone, and then we can come back and talk about this. You know, انت كأب وكأم, we need to do something about it. Thank you for watching. We spent 47 minutes, which is more than enough. We'll come back in a different topic, inshallah, a different topic ونشوف هنعمل شنو. Otherwise, maybe هنقفل الفيسبوك account, I mean بتاع family common sense في Facebook, and then we continue في clubhouse. يعني هسه معظم الناس they go to clubhouse. Most of our جنوبين clubhouse now become number one. So if you want to talk about sensitive topic like this, الناس بيحاول انه or any topic, people they just like to go to clubhouse and discuss any issues there. يعني في ناس بيستمعوا للناس وبكونوا شغالين at the same time. So people they will put their headphone and listen to people, which is very interesting, you know. لكن لما تكون في فيسبوك وانت شغال, of course هيطردوك من الشغل, and we don't want that, you know. لكن عشان كده الناس now قبلوا انه او they start doing this clubhouse. بكون زول بيقدر يستمع في بأذانه ويواتش, you know, يتابع مع ناس سوا, you know. او لو بقى عنده فرصة او لو طلع من break, then they will come and contribute or say something, you know. So لو فيسبوك بقى صعب او فيسبوك بقى ناس بيكونوا شغالين like around this time it's 10 15, you know. لو ناس بقى في اشغال, then we can switch. I already opened the room, family common sense room في clubhouse. So we can continue the same days on Tuesday and Thursday, or anytime clubhouse. I think that will be better. لأنه ما بكون ما بكون إنه زي بقدر يخش وهو شغال. You know. I think. What do you guys think? I think if somebody can write down below whether you agree with me, we can start the room. The room is there already, but we can start the activities في clubhouse. You know. فأنا الناس بيكونوا شغالين, and we want to make sure that people can participate with us. لو بقى صعب, then we can continue with the clubhouse. Thank you for watching. I will go and recharge my phone, and then نشوف هنعمل شنو. Thank you guys.